Welcome to Manifested Publishers.
Hi learners, welcome to Manifested e-learning platform. I am Teacher Purity. So we are going to learn hygiene and nutrition activities, and we had started on a new topic, the use of improvised materials for cleaning utensils. So today we are going to learn the things that we use to clean utensils. But before that, let's remind ourselves of what we discussed during our previous lesson. Now, in our previous lesson, we learned the types of dirt found on utensils. So let's go through the types of dirt found on utensils before we learn the things we use to clean utensils. So types of dirt found on utensils. The types of dirt found on utensils. The utensils we use at home, after you've used them, they always become dirty, and they are dirtified by different types of dirt. So we say that the first type of dirt, we call it milky dirt. Milky dirt. Milky dirt comes from the word milk. The utensils you've used to serve tea, the utensils we've used to drink milk, or yogurt will have milky dirt. Then we had another type of dirt we call grease dirt. Now, grease dirt are the dirt found on utensils that have been used at home, and most grease dirt are caused by eating oily foods. For example, if you prepare your fish and put a lot of oil in the fish, you will have oil dirt on your utensils, or even meat or fried eggs. And lastly, we have another type of dirt called starch. Starch dirt. Starch dirt are the remains of food that we have eaten that always remain on a plate. We call them starch dirt. When you eat ugali, the ugali that remains on the plate, vegetables, we call them starch dirt. So these are the types of dirt found on utensils: milky dirt, grease dirt, starch dirt. So for this lesson, I want us to learn the things that we use to clean utensils. The things you'll need for you to clean milky dirt, grease dirt, or starch dirt on utensils. So, things used to clean utensils. Things used to clean utensils. We are supposed to wash our utensils back at home every time you use them, because dirty utensils attract insects such as cockroaches, or they can even bring germs. And remember, when you serve food from dirty utensils, you can fall sick. So that is why you are supposed to clean your utensils at home. First, to keep away germs, and second, to keep away pests such as cockroaches. Now, I want to find out what are the things that we will require for us to be able to clean the utensils at home. Now, the things used to clean utensils. First, for you to be able to clean utensils, you need clean water. So, clean water. Now, the clean water, you are going to use it to wash the utensils and then rinse them. Then you will also need soap. we need soap. Soap will help us to remove dirt from utensils. You also need a sponge or sponge. You will need a sponge to clean utensils. Now, if you don't have a sponge, you can use a small piece of sisal fiber or a piece of cloth to wash your utensils. Then, number 4, you will need basins or a basin. You will need basins. Now, you are going to put your water in a basin. For sufurias that have stains, you will require steel wire. You will require steel wire. So these are the main materials that we require for us to be able to clean utensils. First, you need clean water. You will also need soap, then sponge, and if you don't have a sponge, you can use a sisal fiber or a clean piece of cloth. Then we have basins where you are going to put your water when cleaning the utensils. And lastly, we have steel wire. The steel wire helps to scrub sticky stains from sufurias. Now we have the utensils that are oily, the ones you've used to serve yourself with meat or fish. Now the oily utensils, you can soak them in warm soapy water. Warm soapy water is used to soak oily utensils. Why? When you soak oily utensils in warm soapy water, it will help the oil to come out easily. So these are the main things that we use when cleaning utensils. First, we need clean water, soap, sponge, basins, and steel wire. The materials you require for you to be able to remove the different types of dirt that are found on utensils. So make sure at home when you are washing your utensils, you have clean water with you, have soap, sponge or sisal fiber or a piece of cloth, you have a basin or a steel wire. Now in our next lesson, we shall discuss how we can improvise these materials used to clean utensils. If you don't have soap, what can you use to clean your utensils? If you do not have a sponge, what will you use? If you don't have a steel wire, what can you use to scrub the stains from utensils? That is what we shall discuss in our next lesson. Meanwhile, copy the question that I'm going to give you on the blackboard and make sure that you are answering it. So, write down the materials used to clean utensils. You write down the materials that you require when cleaning utensils in the blank spaces number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, thank you for attending to the lesson. Hope to see you next time.